recording. So welcome to our self-care Sunday brunch. Lindsay, if you want to repeat that question, that would be awesome. We're going to get things started, okay?
All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Lindsay Rourke, for any of you who I have not yet met. I love to do a virtual cheers to get us started. So whatever beverage of choice that you've chosen today, I'd love for you on the count of three just to kind of pull it up towards the screen. I don't know if one of our leaders can even take a video of this too. That would be awesome. But I want you to know that in this time of isolation, in this time of social distancing, in this time where connection sometimes feels really hard, it is here, right now, here in this cheers and throughout the rest of our time that we're going to spend together this afternoon. We want you to know how much it means for us that you took the time to be here now, that you took the time to collectively create energy with a group of women. I haven't seen any guys pop on yet, but they're still welcome here, okay? Just to come together and to have some fun and to learn a little bit more about different ways that you might choose to practice some self-care, all right? So we're gonna cheers to fun and self-care today on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, cheers. And to get this party started, to get us engaging with one another, I asked a question for those of you who were popping on earlier, and anyone still popping on now, I wanna ask this question. What was your favorite vacation? Where did you go? And what did you go for? Okay? When we start thinking about this and reading all the comments here, I'll read off a couple as they come in, but I want you to think about maybe, and I hope that you've had this experience. If you haven't, I promise you it's yet to come. But if you had a vacation where you could go somewhere and totally unwind and totally unplug from your daily grind, maybe stressors that have stressed you out in the past, where would it be, right? And would it be that same place that was your favorite vacation? All right? But I'm also going to invite you to dream up your dream vacation right now. And I want you to think about where that would be, what it would feel like climate-wise, who and what is around you. What people would you be there with? All right? So go ahead and brainstorm there. I'm going to read off a couple here. Megan went to Hawaii with her husband and girls. We went because their nieces were living there. Maui for a honeymoon. Oh my goodness. So isolated and so gorgeous. Summer, when you went to Orange Beach, Alabama, Erica, making the memories with your families. British Virgin Islands, for anybody who doesn't know what BVI means, I did not know that until someone I personally knew went, is where Betsy went. Anna can't decide. That's a good problem to have, Anna. Disney and Universal with my husband, and also to Punta Cana 5 years ago. And making memories, I'm hearing that as a common theme here. Courtney went to London and France with her husband, and she decided to leave her job at that one. So that was like a monumental moment in her life, right? But I am going to invite everyone, 1 second here, I have a little one who snuck into the room with me. You know what, I'm on a call right now, so I need you to go watch it on another TV for me, please. You'll find one, I'm sure. So again, I'm in Key West right now, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's beautiful, the sun is shining. I'm gonna take you there towards the end of the call if we have a few extra minutes, but there's a lot going on outside, so I didn't. But this was kind of a perfect segue, because wherever you go, wherever you're at, you get to choose your attitude, your mindset, and your physiology, your physical well-being, how you position your body, how you carry yourself, the mindset that you create, all right? That can be on vacation, that can be when you're separated or isolated from the norm, but during this time where there's a lot of scary uncertainties going on, it is really important for us to take the time in the here and now to create the energy, to create the feel, to create freedom in our emotions as we see necessary, as we see fit. And for anyone who doesn't know my background, after I decided to be an online health and wellness coach, which is something that I've never thought I would ever see myself doing, I didn't think I was, it was something that I would even be capable of doing. I started doing it. I then decided to become a yoga instructor because I knew that there was part of me that was still trying to go every moment. Is there anybody else who does that, especially when you're not on vacation, feeling like you're on the go all the time? Love to see a hand raised, so I'm not alone here. All right. And so today, the girls asked me to do a little exercise, and I've done something similar. I'm going to do a shorter version of it today that I do as a yoga instructor now with my students at the beginning of class. I've also done it in some of our team calls to just kind of set the mood to make things feel more comfortable and to allow us to literally breathe intentionally, to change the posture and the way we're holding our shoulders, to bring some light to any weight that we are emotionally or spiritually carrying right now, because a lot of times our issues are in our tissues and we don't even realize it. All right, so you can continue having the beverage of your choice that you're having. You can continue being in a sense of going back to a vacation or a special place. Maybe there was a place, the bodies of water is what I hear a lot of people talk about, a lake, a river, an ocean, somewhere that you went to where you felt very much at peace. Maybe this was something that happened in your childhood. Maybe it was something that happened, a place that you went to as a teen. Maybe it was a place that you've been to more recently as an adult. But I want you to maybe visualize that with me right now. And to just get that sense of feeling. If you haven't done a visualization or a breathing exercise before, I'm going to ask you to just throw out any preconceived notions that you have out the door. And today what we're really focusing on is making a decision of how we feel. Making a choice of what place we want to be in spiritually and emotionally, even with chaos or uncertainty going on around us, okay? So I'll invite you to close your eyes and begin breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So we'll breathe in through our nose. Try to elongate that inhale. And exhale out your nose. Okay, breathing in deeply, breathing out deeply. Now you have a choice here to make some physical adjustments with your alignment. You can raise your shoulders up and set them back. Feel that shift. Shoulder blades coming in towards the spine. Your heart and your chest are open. There's a lot that can happen right here as you continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. In through your nose and out through your nose. Keep this breath. Make it elongated. Spend more time with every inhale and every exhale. Create space, not just for your breath, but also for the way that you feel. And consider today, before we get started with some more fun talk about self-care and finding enjoyment, in choosing to have not just a good moment with breath, not just a good rest of your day because you spent it with some time with the girls, but a really good week ahead. And I want you to visualize that special place that you're at. Maybe it's on a beach, maybe it's in the mountains, maybe it's in a comfy couch with your favorite people around you. Wherever it is, go there and visualize it. I'm just going to give you a moment to play that movie in your mind of where you are at and what you feel. And I want you to set a vision and a goal and a promise to yourself of what the rest of this week is going to feel like and look like, the same way that you brought yourself back to that time, to that space, and to that feeling. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. If your eyes are closed, open them up. And I hope you took a little trip with me, and I hope that you know that something as simple as visualizing how you want to feel, how you want your body to feel lighter, how you want your mind to feel less crazy and not pull out your hair because your little one keeps coming in the room because he wants to get on the screen. And I want you to really think about how powerful your own personal wellness is and how powerful it is that we can tap into that time, to that space, to that feeling whenever we want. I need to talk. So, excuse me for the interruptions, but I want to remind you that with breath, you can go where you want to go. And you can also do that if you are ever feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, whether it's your circumstances of what's going on in your home or what's going on in the news. I want you to try a couple stretches with me. This can be seated. You don't have to move. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just follow a few quick stretches with me seated. So I want you to go ahead and start by raising your arms up, turning your gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Breathe in and breathe out right here. And then slowly take your left hand in front of you, your right hand behind you. Your left hand could grab like a thigh or a knee in front of you, and your right arm can circle around your back and be placed right here, okay? Then come back to the center, breathe in, look up, and take your right hand in front of you, your left hand behind you, and take that stretch right here. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. And then slowly bring your hands back down to your sides. You can place your hands on your thighs or on your knees. I'm going to be using this breathing technique as the next person speaks, just so you guys know. And then take a moment to roll your shoulders backwards and roll your shoulders frontwards. Take a moment to tilt your chin up towards the ceiling or the sky. Turn your chin down towards your chest. Take a big circle in one direction with your head. You're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose and still focusing on that. And then opposite direction. Big circle with your head, other way. Come back to neutral spine right here. Breathe in, breathe out. Take another sip of whatever beverage you've chosen today. And I hope that you can use some of what we've done today. Any part of that or all parts of that are something that I practice every morning and every night to really set my intentions. I call it my heart set for the rest of the day. And I really tap into this and use it 10 times more on the days that are harder, right? So I hope that this gives you a couple powerful tools that you can tap into for yourself. You can even use these with your kids. And again, we'll have the recording of this, so you can always come back to it and use it for some practice too, or if you like somebody guiding you through it, do that as well. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to my friend, Miss Erica Buzzard.
Thank you so much for that, Lindsay. Whenever Lindsay speaks before it's my turn, I always feel such an amazing sense of peace and stillness, and I feel like my compass is right on track. So with a full heart and gratitude, Lindsay, thank you so much for that. And I also just want everyone here to recognize that this community that we have created here at 1 p.m. on any given Sunday is yours, and you are invited to be a part of this today, tomorrow, and every day in the future. And we are really grateful to have you guys here. And I like to see all of the little Brady Bunch boxes because it gives me the opportunity to make connections to your faces and to your hearts. If at any point you want to see speaker view, you can click up at the top and that will make this person speaking larger. I'm not inviting you to do that right now because you don't need to see my face extra large, but I'm just letting you know that that is certainly a feature. And also please, please, please feel free to use that chat at the bottom to put anything that kind of pops in your heart, anything that's on your mind, any contribution to the conversation. That is like you reaching your hand up and just offering your voice, which we absolutely want to hear, you guys, because the truth is that we are in this together. We will absolutely get through it, and we are in this together, and there's truly no other place that I would rather be than right here with you in community, sipping my tea and filling my soul to the brim. And that is yours for the taking. And we just want you more than anything to understand that this is available to you, and this is available for you. Just like this that we are going through together collectively as a nation, we are having this shared experience, and you get to decide what this experience means for you. And something I've been thinking about a lot and coaching about and talking to other people about is, will you use this time to bloom, to prosper, to grow? Or will you use this time to wither, shrink, and fade? So ask yourself that on any given morning. Am I going to use this day to bloom, prosper, and grow? Or am I going to allow this day, this circumstance, to wither, shrink, and fade me? And what a beautiful mantra to think about, and what a beautiful permission to give yourself each and every day to allow this to evolve, grow, and bloom you and prosper you. So I really feel strongly to share something with you. I know we've intermittently, some of us have been on and off of social media, and I would encourage you to do whatever your heart is calling you to do. What I know to be true is that whenever we're faced with moments like we're in right now, it's a beautiful opportunity for you to rebuild that trust within yourself, to trust yourself, to trust your choices, to listen to your heart, to listen to what are those things inside of you telling you to do. Because if we don't have a rock solid relationship with ourselves and our own heart and our own love and self-care, it's going to be really hard for us to have healthy relationships with others. So I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to shout this from the rooftops, especially to all of the parents out there, especially to all those taking care of e-learning and working from home, and also trying to put on your own oxygen mask all at the same time. And this is something maybe you've heard, but if not, I would just appreciate you listening. I think you'll be better for it. Public service announcement. Parents, what we are being asked to do is not humanly possible. There is a reason we are either a working parent, a stay-at-home parent, a part-time working parent. Working, parenting, and teaching are three different jobs that cannot be done at the same time. It's not hard because you're doing it wrong. It's hard because it's too much. Do the best you can. When you have to pick, because at some point you will, and I bet we all have at multiple times, choose connection. Pick playing a game over arguing about an assignment. Pick teaching your child to do the laundry rather than feeling frustrated they aren't helping. Pick laughing and snuggling and reminding them that they are safe. If you are stressed, lower your expectations where you can and virtually reach out for social connection. We are in this together to stay well. This means mentally well too. Isn't that amazing to think about? We weren't meant to carry this burden for an extended amount of time. This is temporary. We will get through this. And someday we'll look back and say, now I know what that was all about. In the heat of the moment, we don't always know the reason why, but someday we will. And our job is to just show up and do our best. I don't know about you, but that just helped me just drop the chains. I just felt chained this week and this previous week. And I'm not going to feel that chain and that grip this week. I am going to choose to bloom and prosper. I am going to choose to grow. And I'm going to choose to lean into connection with this community and with my soul sisters and with my family. And we're going to Zoom, we're going to connect, we're going to get in our movement and our workouts, and we're going to fuel ourselves to the best of our ability with nutritious fuel and food. And we're going to fill our cups like we are right now, with self-care and sisterhood. And whatever it is that makes you feel more alive, do those things. If it's a hot bath, if it's yoga, if it's meditation, if it's getting in the Word of God, if it's going and locking yourself up in the closet and closing your eyes and taking yourself back to that most favorite vacation that you had, feeling the breeze and the sun. If that's what it takes for you, then allow yourself those magical moments to do that. Because sisters, we've got to put that oxygen mask on. That's why they say put yours on first and then worry about someone else. Because if you can't breathe, you're not going to be very helpful to somebody else. Okay? So we just, with full hearts, want you to give yourself permission to see this time as a beautiful opportunity to plant that seed, nurture that seed, and watch how your life blooms. And you will be better for it. You will be more grateful, more appreciative, and stronger on the other side. All right, I'm going to switch it over to my gorgeous friend, Jenny Fellows, and she will take it from here. Love and hugs to all you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for being here. My couple tips for self-care is put on a red lip. That's going to make you feel so much better. Wear motivational clothes today. See the good, okay? See the good in this situation. And like Lindsay said, like it is your choice how you react, okay? And I have chosen to react to this entire situation, and I'm not trying to pull God cards or anything like that because everybody stands on different things, but this is a blessing to me and my family. It just honestly is. I took the fear out of this. And I'm speaking a lot to you guys with younger children because my oldest is almost 23. So I have 2 in college and I have 2 younger children, 2 still at home. And I know when your kids are little, you think that this time is never going to pass, that they're not going to stop asking 100 questions. They are. And then they're going to be out of your house and you're going to miss those little shits, okay? So this is a blessing to me. I have all 4 of my children underneath my roof. I'm feeding them dinner every single night. We're all around the dinner table. This is a huge blessing because we wouldn't have made the time for this otherwise, you guys. We've been given a gift, honestly, a gift to slow down, a gift to get rid of all the noise in our lives. I mean, yes, are we disappointed that baseball season's on hold? Could we be disappointed because my daughter didn't get to finish her freshman year at IU and experience the whole college experience? Yes, there's all different kinds of things to grieve, but we've got to find the positive. We have to see the good in this, and we have to count those things as our blessings. So I have been a coach for 6 years. I've been a stay-at-home mom for almost 23 years. And so I know that everybody's in different situations. For some people, they're working from home. They're, like Erica said, they're a teacher, they're taking care of their kids, and they're still trying to take care of the work they have to do 8 hours a day for their company from home. Some of us, all of a sudden our kids are home for 24 hours and so are our husbands. And that's a huge adjustment. For some of us, we're in healthcare and our hours have changed, and this has become such a huge burden. So we're all in such different places, but I'm really speaking to those of us that now you're home and your children are here and you're like, what do I do with them? So I've been doing this for a very long time, you guys. So I feel like maybe I'm an expert. I don't know. I enjoy this. This is what I was born to be. It was born to be a stay-at-home mom. So I just wanted to give you guys some takeaways and some tips to see the blessing, to see the good in this, and slow down, okay? I think besides a red lip, I do think you do need to get dressed a couple, like not just even a couple times a week. You need to get dressed. Like that changes everything. Just wearing real shoes for me changes everything. My kids asked me the other day, where are you going? I'm like, nowhere. I just feel more powerful when I have shoes on. Like I feel like I can get more done. But I think that we have to be intentional with our time. And I think it starts with going to bed at a decent hour. I think it's so easy to stay up and watch Netflix and not ever pause it. And then you sleep in till who knows when. And then your whole next day is out of whack. I'm not saying you have to have this disciplined schedule. Like we don't want this to be difficult. We want to simplify things. But I do know that getting a full night's rest is huge on having a productive, good day. And I think you really need to continue to stick to somewhat of a schedule. I know my kids are going to be on spring break these next 2 weeks. They're going to want to stay up all night. They're going to want to sleep in late. But I still have to get up in the morning. I still have to have that time to myself. That's so important in self-love, is giving yourself, whether it's half an hour with coffee and some personal development that you're reading. I kind of think I'd stay away from the news. It's a little dreary these days. Maybe it's listening to a great podcast or some inspirational words, but you need to find that alone time for yourself during the day. And I know Erin's going to talk about a lot of great ideas for us, but I also know that I've been guilty the last couple of weeks. The kids have been home saying, okay, we're going to sit down and play a game. We're going to sit down and play a game. And it doesn't happen because somebody's watching TV, or I don't want to pause that, or don't want to do that. Okay, so last night I just stopped what everybody was doing and I said, you guys, we're playing a game. Okay, it doesn't have to be a schedule. It doesn't mean that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or at 8 o'clock every night, you're going to play a game with your kids. But if you have that intention, like you need to have those intentions during the day, make it happen. Maybe you do have to write it down. I'm a list maker and I'm a highlighter girl. I like to highlight things as I get things done. And I'm not saying that playing games with my kid is a chore, but it's intentional. I have to stop because there's always something to clean, you guys. There's always another email to write. There's always a phone call that could be made. We need to be intentional right now with our children and with our loved ones that we are quarantined with, honestly. My mom actually just shared with me something that she loves to share with me, all these things she reads on Facebook. And it was somebody interviewing a child, like an 8-year-old child, 20 years in the future. And this reporter said, okay, so you were a child during that pandemic and everybody was quarantined. Like, what do you remember from that time? And the child said, it was the best time of my life. My parents were at home. We sat around the kitchen table and we ate dinners together. We played games together. We took walks together. We rode our bikes. We sat down and we did puzzles. It was a really good time. You guys, make the best time out of this. This is a blessing to slow down and realize what's important in your life. And our families, and if we don't have small children at home, we were talking about this earlier, and just connections with our husbands, with our significant others. I think that can get lost in the mix as well. Another big tip I have, I grew up sitting around the dinner table with my family. I don't know, show of hands. Was that huge when you were growing up? Like, my dad got off work at 4:30 every single day, and 5 o'clock he was home and dinner was on the table, and we sat around the table and we ate dinner together. There were no sports practices that happened at 5 o'clock. Dinner happened at 5 o'clock. You could go to sports practices after dinner. We're not supposed to be going out, right? This is the perfect time to gather your table, your family around your table and cook. It's a great time to teach some home economics to these kids. They don't get that in high school anymore, okay? I was the home economics student of the year, my senior year, you guys. Like, I know all about cooking and sewing and stuff. Teach that to your kids. You guys, bring that back into the house. The kids are going to remember that. Okay, so my little puppy is 2 today, and Lily and we made cupcakes today, and now we're going to go out today. This is intention. We said, let's do this. We are going to go out to our neighbors, and we're taking cupcakes to all the puppies in the neighborhood, okay? We are going to go share the light. That took intention. It took like, okay, let's do this, and you have to follow through, because you can have all these grand ideas, just like playing the board game, but you have to follow through with it. And when it comes to dinner, I can sit down and watch Dr. Phil from 4 to 5, and I could just like stay there and not do anything. But at 5 o'clock, okay, it's like dinner, we're going to eat at 6, let's say. Get yourself out of the chair, start dinner. I think that's the easiest thing we can do right now. And I know that doesn't seem like self-love to be cooking for our family, but that is going to fill everybody's cup to sit around the table and just be together, be present, you guys. I think that kind of I'm looking at my, like, these were my words I wanted to cover. I feel like I covered all my words. This is a gift. Okay. Consider this a gift, because pretty soon we'll be back to that hustle and bustle, and we're going to miss this time at home. Be intentional with your time. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to have a hard schedule, but make time for those things that are important to you and your children and your families right now. Simplify. Okay. Just take the hard out of this. Make this simple. Have a plan and get to bed at a decent time. That is so important, you guys. Get to bed at a decent time. Okay, Erin's going to fill us up with all kinds of more ideas of this self-love.
Yeah, I want to be Jenny when I grow up, right? Okay, I love that, Jenny. Thank you so much. And then while we were all on here, somebody dropped this off on my front doorstep from Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. There's some bubbly in here. It's so good too. Thank you so much. So I feel like we could stop right now. Like, why do we need to continue? Because I think this has been so amazing. And, you know, you guys have, I don't know you, my name is Erin Young, and we really kind of put this together at the last minute because one of the things that I love about being a coach is that it's kind of our job to share what we know and to share what's working for us. And we all feel so called in this passion to just help people without expecting anything in return. And that's honestly one of the first lessons I learned in personal growth and development. And one of my favorite ones is that as coaches, as teammates, as leaders, all we want to do is to share what's working for us and to share our hearts and souls with other people so that it connects with at least one other person. So that one person walks away from this call today and your week next week is better. That you have a better idea of like how to intentionally get more out of your week, to grow through your week, and to serve through your week. And so that's really what this is all about. And so I love how it's coming together. It's so amazing. We really didn't know what this was going to look like or how it was all going to play out. But here's what I want to give to you today. Okay. And because I'm a teacher by trade, I was a teacher for 14 years, before I became a full-time Beachbody coach. And I want you to be able to look at your week next week. And I want you to say, I gave my week all I could. I did my best, and it was better than the week before. That I was more present in my life, and I wasn't worried about perfection. I wasn't worried about checking off all the boxes. I wasn't worried about having my red lip on every day, but I at least got it on one day. Okay. But I love that tip because it's so true. It's something I learned from my mom and my grandma. Like, get up, get dressed, take a shower, and your day is going to go a little bit better. And that's something I've been trying to do myself. But so I want you to go into your week saying, I want it to be better than it was last week. And I want you to also see next week as a beautiful opportunity to grow and to thrive through a situation that's hard. Even if, you know, you're still going to work every single day, because that has to be really hard right now too. And I know some of you on this call don't have children or don't have a spouse, but still we have to see an opportunity in our week ahead to grow and to serve and to be a little bit better than we were the week ahead. Okay. And so one of the things that I would love for you to do, because I want you to, it's almost like if we were like meeting together in a workshop room, I'd want everybody to kind of like stand up and move around and do that kind of thing right now, which you totally can. But I would love for everybody in the chat box to share something. Okay. Like, I want you to get your mind going. I want us to share and to share some things here. But I want you to share with us something that really sucked last week. Okay. Like something that didn't go well, something that was not good about last week, because we don't expect perfection. We want to be present in those moments and be okay with it. But what was something that really just kind of sucked last week? Did you lose your cool on your kiddos? I did. Okay. Was there a moment where you just totally just ate too much or drank too much, you binged on Netflix, and then you woke up late and the day just sucked and you were so mad at yourself, or whatever, something that kind of sucked about last week? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves right now. let's just even the playing field a little bit. Okay. Like we are all in this together. Okay. And I'm not necessarily going to read them out loud, but I think that I would love for you to look at the chat box and see it yourself. Okay. And see that you aren't alone in any of this, and that there's other people that are, yeah, like right now, I totally relate to you, Ashley Allison. Yeah. There's people out there that, Megan, taking care of COVID-19 patients, girl, hats off to you. I know there's people out there that look like they really love this like homeschool thing, this e-learning thing, and I am so not that mom. So it makes me feel better to know that somebody else like can't stand it either. Okay, that it's not going that well for you. Okay, like I get it. Okay, so see, like look at this. Like it's hard. It's so hard. And I want you to be okay with it being hard, because sometimes we have to acknowledge the hard. And one of the things that I've had to be like almost recognize and be really present with was grieving a lot of losses right now. And just like not being able to do things that we were looking forward to, or spending time or seeing my dad, right? There's things that I'm grieving the loss of, and I want us to be okay with that and see that, because it's real. And I believe in order to be able to take one step forward tomorrow and each day ahead, that we have to just see sometimes and even sit in the hard places and just recognize them and just be like, it does suck. It totally does, you know, and it's okay that it sucks. And in order for me to look at my week next week, moving ahead, I have to be okay with that. No, I can't see my girls at Cycle Bar. I hate that so much, right? And you know, we have 2 weeks of spring break where right now we're all supposed to be together on the beach, right? Maybe flying home, and then we're going to Disney. No, none of those things are happening, and that's okay. And I need to just, it's okay. It's okay to be mad about it. It's okay to be upset about it. Now, okay, let's switch gears. What are you looking forward to this week? What are you looking forward to this week? Let's share that. I know, Shanna. I'm hugging you right now. I'm looking at what you wrote. I literally cry when I think about my kids' teachers, because I know that every day they love seeing those kiddos in their classrooms. So you guys who are teachers, I'm hugging you right now. Big virtual hugs. What are you looking forward to this week? Now let's look at our week and think about all the things. Even if you just have to close your eyes and think about it, what are all the things you're looking forward to this week? Yeah, you have opportunities to spend more time with people, with your workouts, with your family. I look so forward to virtual hangouts like this. Like, I swear that's what gets me ready for the day. I'm meeting with my team at 2 p.m. I got to get a shower, and it gives me so much to look forward to. What are you looking forward to? Your virtual gym? Oh, Shanna, I love that. Virtual hangouts, developing more of a schedule, warmer weather. Amen to that. Stephanie, you love the virtual gym too. Can we do this next Sunday, please? I know, right? Lindsay's like over here, like crying, like, girl, we got this. Yeah, sunshine, walks outside, nature. Like, look at the opportunity that we have to spend time in nature. More grace. Let me check my schedule. I know that's kind of our funny way of like being like, hey, can you jump on a call? Oh, let me check my schedule and see. Plenty of time for my workouts. I've been working out more, and today I had to make myself like not, right? Because I feel like we have a little bit more time. Oh, Stephanie, I love you. I'm hugging you. I'm hugging you all right now. I love you all so much. Home with our fur babies. I think my cat's mad that we're home more, to be honest. But I'm like, whatever. You don't have a choice, Gabe. Making it through a day without crying. Oh, Ricarda, love you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. I can't imagine what it's like to be a grandparent right now. And so I know. I'm so sorry. You guys, we got this. So see, we're all like feeling the same kinds of things. And that's one of the things that I love so much about our community is that we have a safe virtual space with people who are filled with positivity and who have armor to be able to process and to look at a lot of these obstacles as opportunities to grow and to thrive. And so I just want you to, I know a lot of you are coaches on our teams and some of you aren't, but there is a community that is here for you and here to support you every single day. Now, I want us to leave here today and I want us to have a tangible plan going forward with the week ahead. So we know what sucked last week and we know what we're looking forward to this week, okay? And that's awesome. And some of you still have that work you got to show up for. You know, you got to either leave or you've got some really stressful things going on in your life right now. And we totally recognize that. But this is also a chance for us to be intentional, like Jenny said, also to breathe through it, like Lindsay said, but also a chance to be able to grow through these moments as well. And so here's what I would love for you to scratch down on a piece of paper. If you want to drop anything in the chat box, you can as well. But what is let's just think about tomorrow. Okay, Monday. Monday seems like it's kind of a busy day for me. I don't know if it is for you, but it always feels busy. But I want to move that busyness aside and just kind of scratch down what your ideal day looks like tomorrow. Okay, your ideal day, what does it look like tomorrow? Knowing what we have to look forward to, knowing how great it feels to lean into our community, seeing what other people are looking forward to, knowing what kind of sucked about last Monday that we would love to do over. This is your chance. What does your ideal day look like? What time are you waking up tomorrow? What will you do with that time? What does your work look like tomorrow, right? How do you want to show up for work tomorrow or your family or whatever that looks like in your home right now? How are you showing up for yourself when it comes to your nutrition and your water, your personal growth? Your loved ones, the ones in your home or the ones that aren't, that you're missing. What are you going to do tomorrow night to unwind positively and productively before you go to bed with a grateful heart? What does that look like? Knowing what was not so great last week, thinking about how you can intentionally make that a little bit better tomorrow, just focusing on tomorrow. Because whatever goes well tomorrow, we can maybe sort of try to repeat that the next day and the next, right? So in your day, here's kind of some self-care tips that I want to give you in your day that I feel like can add some really great value to this time right now, is to be intentional about making daily deposits of self-care. Okay, daily deposits of self-care. So when you think about the things that lift you up, that fill your heart up, that refresh you, that make you smile, maybe what are some of those things, right? Those can be daily deposits throughout your week intentionally. Man, we got to be intentional about it. Okay, that's really important. That's going to make next week a little bit better. It's going to help you grow and bloom and thrive instead of wither and fade away. So where can you, in your day and in your week, make some deposits? Okay. my number one thing that I am so intentional about, and I know that this has to happen because it didn't happen one day last week and the day sucked, okay, was that I did not have what I'm starting to call mommy's timeout. Mom needs a timeout. Like, because I'm an introvert. And so the fact that my house is full of people all the time is really draining for me. Like, I am starting to lose my cool a lot, okay? Because I don't have time to refresh and to revive myself. And so mommy's got to take a time out. Well, during the day, I can go take a shower and the door is going to pop open 3 to 4 times. So that's not my daily timeout, okay? But the only time of the day that I can be assured that no one is going to bump into me or need something from me or interrupt me is early in the morning. And so my daily timeout is every morning. So I have to protect that time right now because it's the only time that I can have when I know that everybody's going to stay in those beds till at least 7 a.m. And so I've got to be super intentional about protecting that time. So my alarm's going off at 5 a.m., which a lot of people are like, but it's spring break, you know, like whatever, like you're home, everybody's home. No, I got to have time to myself. And so think about that. Are you missing alone time? Okay, because that's a real thing right now. And I realized that last week. And I made my morning time super special. Lighting candles, reading books, gratitude goals, journaling, but also my workout. Are you getting in a workout every single day? Like, that's huge, right? Yeah, huge. Even today, like I did a range and repair workout instead of like a hardcore cardio workout, which is truly what my heart wanted me to do, was like to kick my own ass in a cardio workout. But I was like, no, you've got to let your body rest. So I did a workout, but it still was like precious time for me. Also, are you giving yourself time to play? Because I know if I get all into work, like 24/7, and because we can be more plugged in now more than ever. But I'll ask you if you're giving yourself time to play in your day tomorrow. Are you giving yourself truly time to play? Are you giving yourself time to give to other people? That fills my heart more than you will know it. And it might fill your heart more than you know it. I'm pretty sure that Jenny and Lily making cupcakes and then delivering those to people, that is going to fill their heart up so much. And so think about ways that you can give to others, even if it's dropping a text, right? Even if it's dropping like a motivational video or a picture that you found, giving someone something in your day is going to boost you more than you will know. As coaches, we do this all the time. And I think it's one of the things we love so much about coaching is that it's part of our job to give life to other people through motivation and support and accountability, but also through belief and believing in them. It makes us so happy to do that. But the other thing I want to ask you is find time and look in your day. Are you giving yourself time for personal growth? Okay, huge, more than ever. Personal growth, where you're reading something or listening to something that is going to feed into your heart and soul positively. I have 2 books right now that I've pulled back off my shelf that are giving me exactly what I need right now. And one is Present Over Perfect, Shauna Nyquist. This book is amazing. I just read a chapter literally that told me it was okay to not be perfect. Yeah, Erica's reading Fear is My Homeboy. Okay, and then this one is absolutely incredible, Grace Over Perfection by Emily Lay. Both of these have come back off my bookshelves and are breathing so much life into me right now. They're teaching me to play. They're teaching me to like just let some things go right now. They're teaching me my boundaries once again. They're teaching me no once again, how to say no. And it's really, really amazing. And so a couple of other things that I wanted to ask you to look at your week and see if you have time for them are times to meet up virtually with your people. Okay, like literally. And even providing that time for your children. Knowing that if this lights your soul on fire today and it just breathes a little bit of life into you, how it can do that for your family as well. And also like, or if you don't have children or you're not married, like if this breathed life into you today, then this can breathe life into your parents. get on a Zoom call with them. And I know we Zoomed with my dad last night, and he was just like, wow, you look taller, blah, 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 like little, like things like that. And he was just smiling. And I know he's having a really hard time right now too. So how can you think about ways to show up virtually with people that are going to fill your heart and soul this week? And so, you know, I hope that you walk away from my little part here today, and you do have a more intentional plan about what your day could look like tomorrow to make it a little bit better than last Monday, but also some ideas for making daily deposits of self-care. And maybe it's nothing that what I said, but think about, what is it that I need right now that makes me happy, that lights me up, walks in nature, bubble baths, things like that. And you have to be super intentional with that. Okay. Yeah. Cupcakes all around. I don't know what you guys have said, but maybe in the chat box, add some things to the chat box of what you will be doing intentionally next week. Okay. Some of those ideas that maybe I said, or someone else said, or someone shared in a chat box, what will you be bringing to your week next week that's going to allow you to grow a little bit more, that's going to allow you to thrive a little bit more? Okay, you shared what sucks, what you're looking forward to, but what are some of these intentional daily deposits of self-care you can continue, or you can add to your week or to your day tomorrow that's going to make this a little bit better, right? A little bit more doable. Okay. I love that. I'm going to schedule writing time into my schedule. I think that's awesome. I love that. That's really neat. I love it. That would be something that would make me really happy too, right? Journaling is huge. Writing is huge. Okay, so share some of the things that you're going to be doing. That's kind of what we do as coaches. We're like, well, you say you want to do it, but how? And tell me. That's that accountability piece that I think is huge. Outside time for fresh air, personal development, playtime with my girls, workouts. Millie's waving to everybody right now. Happy birthday, Millie. We're so excited for your second birthday. I love it. Okay. So lastly, you know, before we close this out, and any of the leaders, you guys jump on and, you know, when I'm done, and say whatever you want to say to close this out too today. First of all, so grateful for you and all of you that jumped on for us today. But want to definitely make sure, my internet says it's unstable, so hopefully I'm still here and everything's going well. But we want to make sure that you know that now more than ever is the most amazing time to be part of something positive, and part of something that is going to set your soul on fire and allow you to find a passion and purpose, or connect your passion and purpose to something bigger and to something greater. I know that because I'm a part of this tribe, I'm a better person. I know that because I'm a part of this tribe, that my family is a little bit better too. And I know that each and every day that this is like the elementary school version of Zoom, where everybody goes and gets their pets and they share what's going on, right? That's hilarious right now. But I know that now more than ever that we are so blessed to be a part of something like this. And if you're not a part of this team or a part of this tribe yet, you are more than welcome to join us at any point in time. That we're not looking for perfection, right? That we're looking for people that want to grow over time. Okay. But I'm going to stop talking now because apparently it's the dog and pony show. Okay. So Jenny, you are the big person on my screen right now. So I'm trying to talk seriously and all I can see is you. Okay. So it's a little hard right now to focus on what I'm trying to say. But anyway, you guys are amazing. I love you so much. Does anybody else want to say anything or share anything in the chat box before we end our brunch time today?
I want to love all of this. I mean, all these dogs are waving. This is why you need community, you guys. I mean, I'm crying over here from laughing so much. And this is why you should do Zoom calls with your family, have your kids. You know, the one thing and I'm not trying to say your kids should be playing online on their video games, but honestly, like, that's given my kids socialization. That's how they're playing with their friends right now. Yeah. But this is huge. And this is what we as coaches, I'm literally crying, what we do like every single day. Like, we were doing this before it was the cool thing to do, right?
Yep.
And now you guys all know how to use Zoom. Maybe this was your first time jumping on Zoom, but you can sign up for basically a free Zoom account. And it's something that is such a blessing. One thing I want to just throw in there, no matter where your stance is on the Bible, if you wanted to hear more of God's word during this time, I would encourage you to think about maybe a word that was said here, maybe bloom, breathe, grow, faith, fear, any word that maybe like sticks out in your heart right now. One way that I like to use my Bible is to look that word up in the back and go to verses where that word is stated. And I know for me, and maybe you guys are the same, if you're not like reading the Bible front to back, which I don't really know anybody who's done that, but basically that's a great way to kind of get the word of God into your life, just by kind of connecting to a word and then going and kind of looking up verses. That's been super helpful for me. So just wanted to pass that along because maybe that might help you guys too. So thanks for being here, you guys. You're so amazing, and we're so appreciative for you and your time and your hearts.
Anybody have anything else to share? Anything on your heart, or anything that's working for you? Any of our leaders that also want to share anything?
I just want one more thing I want to share. Aaron and I touched on this morning when we were talking about this call, was I know for me, my kids are home, I mean, full time, and I'm, like I said, seeing the good in it. But for a lot of our friends who are in the healthcare, this is overwhelming for them. Their lives have been turned upside down. And so like Friday night, one of my coaches is in healthcare. She's working 12-hour days. She's doing corona testing virus. She's on the front line doing it. Like, I took her a margarita and put it on her front porch. Like, take care of the helpers. I mean, that helps us to help others, you know? So find the helpers, be a helper in this time, and see what you can do. Maybe it's taking a meal. If you have a friend who's a nurse and that this is just, or whatever, that their life has been turned upside down, see what you can do to be that helper.
I love that you said that, Jenny. I saw one of my friends, Lindsay, post that she just Venmo'd or PayPal'd her friend who lives across the country, like $15 to go pick up lunch. So if you're financially able right now, and we're not all, because some of us have lost jobs, I get that. But for me, I have 2 nurse friends who are on the front lines right now who live nowhere near me. And I just sent them money with a note that said, what you're up to is huge, and I respect and admire you so much. And it just made me feel like I could contribute something during this time where they are they are our soldiers right now, like what our grandparents did. They're our soldiers, and that just hit me really hard. So thank you for bringing that up, Jenny, because I didn't have that idea in my head, and when my girlfriend posted about it, she's on our team, I was like, thank you so much. I feel like I can do something right now.
That's awesome. What else? Does anybody else have anything to share? I feel like we've all gotten this big group hug. Do you feel it? Like, that's what I feel like right now. I love it. Yes, we're all hugging each other right now. Big group hug. I love it. Yeah. Michelle, prayers. Yeah, prayers for sure. All right. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Thank you guys for being on here and sharing. Yes. I just keep, every day I write down how grateful I am for this tribe. And every day I can't imagine waking up without it. And so I'm just so eternally grateful for you guys. And yeah, if anybody knows where you can donate blood, usually there's a website or a place that you can go to find out where your local blood donation, blood drive place is. Yeah. But I know this more than ever is that the more we lean into this, the better. And when things get hard, not isolating ourselves and assuming that we're the only ones, and not being a victim, but just being part of the community is going to be everything to everyone right now. And what we've shared today is how we can approach this uncertain time with such positivity and grace and growth. And that's what we hope that you got away from this today too. Okay. It was wonderful, right? Okay. Coming out of this humanity. Yeah, you guys are so welcome. We're so thankful that you are here. All right. I don't want it to end. I just want us to keep chatting all day long.
Let's do it all day. Let's do it all day.
All day long, right? All day, every day. That would be so amazing. Okay. So before we go, let's just take a quick pic of everybody. Okay, so smile, and we got 2 screens, so just go ahead and smile. You can hold up your cocktail or your drink, your water, your tea, whatever you want to right now. Okay, so smile. Yeah, you can give a heart, whatever you want to do. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next screen, so you take a little smile break. Okay, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys. Love you so much. Love and hugs.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great week.